Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about a child who struggles when things don't go his way and they want things to go their way all the time, from the most minute detail to the biggest events. So something as small as when you're playing with them, they even want to control the way play happens. So you have to respond a certain way. You have to say something a certain way. If you don't say it that way, they become completely unhinged. They can't manage the emotions that are coming in and they grow frustrated really quickly. They are constantly trying to control things around them. Let's talk about what to do, because this is so taxing as a parent. I just wanted to let you guys know before I get to my answer that I'm hosting a live workshop tomorrow, Wednesday, August 14th. If you guys want to learn more about it, it's all about self-parenting, the 5 tenets that are incredibly transformative to help you parent yourself. It's going to help you both in parenting and in life, so you can learn more about it in my profile. Let's jump to it. So starting point number 1 is this: recognize that you have a child who needs to feel like they are the ones who have the power and need to be in control. It helps them feel safe. We want to actually flip that script and have them know that they're actually safe when we're the ones who set the boundaries and that we also have power. So what we need to do in this instance is we are going to do a contrived sort of situation where you expect for them to have a meltdown, a tantrum, whatever the case might be. The difference in this is that you're setting it up ahead of time so that you give yourself a game plan of how to respond and what to do, so that you know exactly the next step, the next step, the next step, so that you can stay calm in the process and not match their energy. This behavior is very, very triggering for most parents, in part because it makes us feel like we're raising an entitled kid. It makes us feel like we're raising a spoiled kid who thinks they get to call all the shots, and it really gets under our skin, and we tend to parent and respond back to them from that triggered place. So it's really critical that you get a handle of your own triggers, the things that are coming up for you, and recognize that it's really not about that at all. They're really testing to see how much power do they have, and you have to be able to meet them where they're at and push against that a little bit so that they can start to understand that you are actually the one who has the power. So number 1, you want to set up an event and you want to be able to lay out a really clear roadmap of what's going to happen. So tonight we're having game night. We're going to play your favorite game. We're so excited. Here's the order of how we're going, or how we're taking turns. Sisters first, you're second, mom's third. They're already not happy, right? Because they're not first. So now they're not first, they're not going to be happy. And you right away say, listen, it might not make you happy that you're not first, and I get that. We want to show empathy right away and say, I get that. I know it's hard to not get the thing that we want. But sister's going first, and if that becomes too difficult for you, and if you get so mad or so angry, I will pick you up and I will take you to a different space in the house until you're able to calm your body down and participate in the game. That might mean that you might miss the entire game if it takes you that long, but that's okay. I'm going to stay with you and they're going to keep playing. We want to be really, really clear on what to expect. The reason we're doing this is because as we follow through with each step of that game plan and they see that we're following through, it will take a handful of times, but that will help them manage their emotions much faster. They're also going to gain the ability to self-regulate faster. They're also going to feel safe in the context of during dysregulation, you are staying calm and centered, not triggered and reactive in that moment. And it gives you a plan so that you're not struggling to like, well, what's next? Set your expectations. They have to be realistic. The first few times are going to be hard. Set the tone for your family and just let them know, hey, it's okay. If he needs to move out of the room, you guys keep playing. You got this. You're going to love the game. And it might take a little bit of time, but I promise you, if you walk through those steps over and over for a handful of times, it will go from, I've worked with kids who can have anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hour long tantrums. That's a very long time, by the way, down to 45 minutes, 30 minutes. And by the time we've shifted into week 2, they're not really even having them anymore. They can demonstrate frustration in a healthy way. So it might look like, I'm so annoyed, but fine, she can go first, right? You might get like that type of a response, but it takes time and it takes consistency. What you don't want to do is you don't want to accommodate a child who is like this by giving them a gazillion choices, constantly trying to appease them, tiptoe around them, because it's much easier to just have them go first in the game and this way tantrum averted. That will never give them the tools that they need to recognize that they're actually not the ones in constant control. We actually want to teach these kids how they can recognize the needs of others around them while also looking at their own needs. It is complex. It's something that comes up a lot in coaching, but I hope that at least gives you a starting place of what to do.